guys, I'm bringing you joy in small doses. So I'm just bringing you an up-to-date bookshelf tour, considering it's been a while since I've done it. I have moved houses and I'm now in university, hence why it's taken a while. So without further ado, let's get started. So I have Fangirl, Eleanor and Park, and Carry On, all by Rainbow Rowell. A Called Thorns and Roses, Called Mist and Fury, A Called Wings and Ruin, and A Called of Frost and Starlight, all by Sarah J. Maas. And these are the first three and the novella for the ACOTAR series. I do have the fourth one of the series, but that is on another shelf because they changed the print partway through, hence why these are on another shelf. Then I have Icebreaker by Hannah Grace, A Marriage of Fortune by Anne O'Brien, The Revenant Games by Margie Fuston, Heartbones and Verity, both by Colleen Hoover, Blood Scion by Deborah Vallier, Geneva by Richard Armitage. Some people might recognize this name, which I'd be surprised if you didn't. He's more well known as an actor. Then I have Hurricane Wars by Thea Guazon. Then The Sanatorium and The Retreat, both by Sarah Pearce. And The Scratchman by Tom Baker, which I believe is a telling for his version of the Doctor that he played while playing it, but I haven't read it all the way through, so I'm not entirely sure. Then I have Perfectly Preventable Deaths by Deirdre Sullivan, Tomorrow, Tomorrow, Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin, Vendetta by Catherine Doyle, then Twin Crowns, which is also by Catherine Doyle, but also written by Catherine Weber as well. Then I have the first book in the Bridgerton series, which is The Duke and I, which, as many people who may be watching Bridgerton on Netflix will know, is what inspired the first series or season of the show, which is a telling of Daphne and the Duke, and that's by Julia Quinn. And then I just have two random Pokemon books here. So I have Pokemon Peril and a small book of Pokemon Sun and Moon. Then on the second shelf, I have Finding Audrey by Sophie Kinsella. Then I have a manga of Pokemon Adventures, which is the first one. And I am not going to try and pronounce the author for fear I'm going to butcher it, but I'm pretty sure everyone can see it here. Then I have Iron Widow by Ziran J. Zhao. Then I have In the Shallows and Afterlove, both by Tanya Byrne. Then I have The Click. I used to love reading this as a kid, hence why I've got it again, by Lizzie Harrison. Then I have The Monsters by Sharon Duggar, The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck, Naked Heat by Richard Castle, which, as some people may know if you've watched my previous ones, this is one of the books from the TV series that he wrote in the TV series. Then I have A Core of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas, which is the fourth book to the ACOTAR series that I have on the top shelf. Then I have The Voyage Home by Pat Barker and The Future by Naomi Alderman. Then I have Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, Under a Dancing Star by Laura Wood, The White Princess by Philippa Gregory, and The Light Between Worlds by Laura Weymouth. Then the first three books here are all from Richard Castle. Again, they're books that were written in the TV series that they brought out physically. So I have Ultimate Storm, which is three of the Derek Storm books brought into one. Then I have Heat Wave and Heat Rises. Then I have Songlight by Maura Buffini. And then I have the Percy Jackson series, all by Rick Riordan. So I have The Lightning Thief, Sea of Monsters, Titan's Curse, Battle of the Labyrinth, and The Last Olympian. And then I have a hardback copy of Shatter Me by Tahara Mafi. Then the next shelf, I have the 3 books are currently out for the Hyperion series, all by Rebecca Yarros. Before I go through this, I must admit I love the little design they've got going on the spines of these. Like the little cloud design they've got going. So I've got Fourth Wing, Iron Flame, and Onyx Storm. And considering Onyx Storm has only just come out, no spoilers in the comments. Then I have the Adventures of Tom Bombadil by J.R.R. Tolkien, The End Crowns All by B. Fitzgerald. Then I have the first 3 books in the Throne of Glass series, all by Sarah J. Maas again. So I have Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, and Heir of Fire. Then I have Sisters of Sword and Shadow and Sisters of Fire and Fury, both by Laura Bates, and these are both signed. Then I have And Break the Pretty Kings by Lena Zhong. Then I have Dangerous Alliance by Jeanette Cohen. Then I have an advanced reader's copy of 3 Things I Know Are True by Betty Cully. Then I have Ragged by Christopher Irvine. The Boy in the Striped Pajamas by John Boyne. Then Dorothy Must Die and The Wicked Will Rise by Danielle Page, which as some people might know is a sort of retelling on Wizard of Oz, which is where Dorothy went back and is now a wicked witch that has taken over Oz, sort of thing. Then I have The Hand, the Eye, and the Heart by Zoe Marriott. Then again I have Rick Riordan. This is the Heroes of Olympus series. So I have The Lost Hero, The Son of Neptune, The Mark of Athena, The House of Hades, and The Blood of Olympus. Then the next shelf, I have 2 of the books for the Wolf Hall series by Hilary Mantel. So I have Wolf Hall and Bring Up the Bodies. And then these next few are all Disney retellings. So these are all different retellings on different Disney books. So I have As Old as Time by Liz Braswell, which is a retelling on Beauty and the Beast. A Whole New World, again by Liz Braswell, which is a retelling on Aladdin. Go the Distance by Jen Calantina, which is a retelling on Hercules. So This Is Love by Elizabeth Lim, which is a retelling on Cinderella. And then these 2 are retelling, I can't remember if they're retellings or like different stories of the villains. So these are both by Serena Valentino. So I have Fairest of Them All, which is A Tale of the Wicked Queen from Snow White. And then I have Mistress of All Evil, which is A Tale of the Dark Fairy, which is Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty. And then I have The Hobbit, Fellowship of the Ring, and The Silmarillion, all by J.R.R. Tolkien. And this one is one that was brought out in 1971, I believe, one of the first copies that was brought out. So this is the first edition with the map still intact at the back. Then I have The Crucible by Arthur Miller, Girl, Goddess, Queen by B. Fitzgerald, The Ones We Burn by Rebecca Mix, Wicked by Gregory Maguire. Also, anyone that's seen the movie, without spoilers, for those that haven't seen the musical or read the book, let me know if it's worth watching the movie. Then we have This Savage Song by V.E. Schwab, Infinity Alchemist by Kacen Callender, So Let Them Burn by Camilla Cole, and then Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Then I have 6 Crimson Cranes by Elizabeth Lim, Powerless by Lauren Roberts, Filthy Rich Vampires by Geneva Lee, The Dark Vault, which I believe is an arc on 2 of V.E. Schwab's books from what I've seen on other booktubers' videos, Such Charming Liars by Karen M. McManus, and The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. And then before I get on to the top shelf, I have a few other hardbacks and other big books that couldn't fit on other shelves. So I have Sherlock Holmes: The Complete Works, all by Arthur Conan Doyle. Then I have Kevin Kennedy: The Street to Recovery, which is his autobiography, which he did sign. Femlandia by Christina Dolce, Respect by Amanda Sue Heller, which once again is signed. The Silmarillion by J.R.R. Tolkien, which this one is an illustrated version. Then I have Doctor Who: The Companion Official Guide, which my brother got me a few years ago for my birthday. Then I have the first few books in the Crescent City series. So I have House of Earth and Blood, House of Sky and Breath, and House of Flame and Shadow. I am on the second book, so anyone that's further on than that, no spoilers. Then I have Beren and Luthien and The Fall of Gondolin, again both by J.R.R. Tolkien. Then I have To Gaze Upon Wicked Kings by Molly X. Chang. Then I have Hobbit, Fellowship of the Ring, Two Towers, and Return of the King, all by J.R.R. Tolkien. And then the last shelf is just a few that, before filming this, I couldn't fit them on my bookcase. So I have Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mayer, The Girl with No Soul by Morgan Owen, Whitelark and Nightbane, both by Alex Ashter. And again, no spoilers for this because I'm on the first one and I know the third one's just come out. Almost There by Farah Rockin, and this is a retelling on Princess and the Frog. The Witcher: Blood of Elves by Andrzej Sapkowski. So that is a telling on the Witcher series, which many of you may know as a game series. Then I have Long Live the Pumpkin Queen by Shay Earnshaw, which is a telling on Nightmare Before Christmas after Sally marries Jack. The Witches of Ardor by Anya Bergman. The Scarlet Throne by Amy Lau. A Tempest of Tea by Hafsa Faisal. Chaos and Flame and Blood and Fury by Tessa Grattan and Justina Ireland. And With the Lightnings by David Drake. So that is my up-to-date bookshelf tour. I hope you guys enjoyed it and I hope you got a little bit of joy in whatever small dose I could give to you.